Black Ops 6 Season 2 is finally here, and I updated my settings. I actually changed a lot this time, and I want to get into it. We're going to talk about everything: controller, audio, graphics, literally everything. But I do want to say, guys, I did end up purchasing the Battle Pass. I felt like I needed to update you guys on that. I kind of just wanted to unlock a lot of the weapons, and I unlocked 3 of them so far. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing all right. I'm going to start leveling those up, getting you guys some good classes for those. But before we get into the settings, I just want to say, guys, if you are liking Season 2, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. I'm kind of cool with it so far. But let's get into these. We're going to talk about a lot of settings. Let's go to graphics first, because I feel like graphics is pretty important. We're going to switch over to quality, and if you're on PC, I recommend playing on nothing higher than 100, and then I would recommend playing on either very low, normal, or high. I would just recommend something low, just so you could get the maximum frame rates possible. I'm going to switch it to low, then you can leave everything pretty normal and high after that, and you should still get some pretty good frames. In display, what you guys want to do is go over whether you're on PlayStation, whether you're on PC, whether you're on Xbox, make sure your brightness is set properly, okay? Barely visible is barely visible, easily visible is easily visible, and not visible is actually not visible. Now, before we get into some other settings here, if you guys could go ahead and check out MMOEXP. They are today's video sponsors. They have everything that you guys want. You guys could get everything unlocked, whatever you need. You want to hit max prestige, you want to get every single camo and all that, go ahead and use it, link down in the description. Now, I'm going to say, in view, I play on a 100 field of view, okay? The reason I play on 100 is because I don't want enemies to look really far from me. I want them to seem pretty close on my screen, and it's just easier for me to actually aim down sights and hit them with that first shot than if I were to play somewhere really high. I also play on independent, so it could kind of zoom in that screen every time I ADS. So your ADS field of view, if you want them to look bigger, if you want them to be easier to hit, independent is where you're at, and narrow is what I play on for my weapon field of view. And the reason I play on this pretty much is because I want my weapon to be as small as it could possibly be on my screen. I don't want it to take up a lot of screen space, and narrow is the best for that. Now, I got my world motion blur off, my weapon motion blur off when I'm recording. When I'm not recording, I'm playing for fun, I turn this on. And the reason I turn this on is because like, it kind of tricks your brain into thinking that your weapon is not actually there. You're not focusing when you're looking at your screen. You see everything because your weapon is out of focus. Kind of like when you look at a picture and the person in the picture is in focus and everything else is out of focus. Well, that's it. The person is the thing you notice right away. That's why you want to make your weapon out of focus so you can see people a lot easier. Now, I'm recording, so I turn that off. First person camera movement, least, obviously for third person as well, and that's about it for those settings. So we're going to go into controller settings now, and this is some of the settings that I changed a lot. We're going to go into that. We're going to go to controller here, and now I play on a button layout, a customized one. I play with R3 so I could jump, stand, and mantle, and L3 so I could change stance, slide, and dive. That's what I like right there. And I also flipped my controls so I could shoot with L1 and R1 rather than L2 and R2. Now, the reason I play with these right here is so I never have to take my thumbs off the joysticks, ever. Every single gunfight I get into, I don't have any back paddles. I can't press any buttons to slide and all that with the back paddles. So I set it to this right here. It takes a little bit to get used to, but if you do that, you're going to want to go over to your sprint assist and set it to tactical sprint assist. Now, I'm telling you guys, this will take some time to get used to, okay? It's going to feel a little weird, but once you get used to it, especially if you've been playing for years on the same controls and you switch it up, it's going to feel weird, but it's worth actually switching. Just make sure that you guys actually put that sprint assist to tactical sprint assist. Other settings, I lowered my sensitivity to 1.90. I felt like my 2.10 was a little too high, so 1.90, it seems right. It feels nice, at least for me. I'm not going to tell you guys what sensitivity to play on, but I like playing on a medium sensitivity, and this is a perfect one right here. After that, we got, obviously, I swapped this. You guys, if you could turn it on or off, but mine's locked at the moment because I switched out my button layout, but yeah, you guys could switch that as well. Controller vibration off at all times. You don't need this on, okay? You do not want it on, and not only that, you want your trigger effect off as well. If you're on a PlayStation controller, you do not want haptics. You do not want any of that, because like that feedback, it feels rough to press. It's even if it's all mind over matter, just don't have it on. There's no point. And then my dead zone inputs, I switched up again. So my left stick minimum, I realized my stick drift isn't that bad. I could play at not 0, but I could play at 1. But if you guys could play at 0, set it to 0. And then my left stick max, instead of playing at 25, I now play at 45. And it just feels a lot more comfortable. I feel like I could kind of control that sprint a little more and all that kind of stuff when it actually does activate and whatnot. My right stick minimum, I put up to 7 from 5. And like I said, man, this is just going to help you guys. If you get into a gunfight and your right stick minimum is at 0, any little micro movement you do is going to fight against aim assist. If you have this up to 7, any little micro movement you guys do is not going to fight against aim assist. You're going to feel sticky, it's going to feel good, it's going to feel right. And then my right stick max, you can set it to 100 or 99. I think they're both the same. I think 100 is just there because it looks nicer and they put it so players could just see it, but I think 99 is the maximum value anyways, so might as well just set it to 99. In aiming, I have standard, but then in advanced settings, in aiming advanced settings, I have it set to gradual. Okay, gradual is so that it lowers your ADS speed, or let me explain this better. Your sensitivity speed slowly, gradually turns into your ADS speed. So as you're ADSing, your sensitivity lowers to what your ADS sensitivity is. If you have it on instant, it's too fast. You might miss some shots. You might not snap on enemies quick enough. So gradual is really good. If your aim is impeccable, if you have the best aim ever, and you're able to like just put your crosshairs on someone and aim down sights and hit them directly, instant is what you're going to want to play on. Gradual for me seems to be really nice. And then in this right here, I also play on linear, but instead of 0.70, I brought it up to 0.80, and it just feels a lot nicer as well. Again, this is all just feel. It could all be placebo, it could all be mind over matter, I don't know, it just feels better. And then custom sensitivity per zoom, I also put it up to 0.90. I used to play at 0.80, 0.85, I'm now back to 0.90. Again, it just feels better. It's mostly for those close range gunfights. You don't want to have to worry about enemies being quicker than your actual ADS speed and all that kind of stuff. Target aim assist on, obviously, and then like I said here, this is all basically personal preference. You guys could copy me if you want, but for these things right here, I don't really change much, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. I think most of them are default, but you can pause the video and check it out. Now the last thing I want to talk about, actually before we get into audio, let's go into interface, because this one's pretty nice right here. A lot of people look over this. So in global, there's not much you guys have to do, but what you want to do is go over to readability. When you're in the interface, go to color customization and set it to color filter number 2. Okay, this is going to make everything saturated. The colors are going to pop a lot nicer. Everything's going to look better. Then you can set it to either the world or the interface. I just set it to both because whatever, it's nice. And then you want to make sure you have it up at 100 as well. It's just those reds are going to be more red, those yellows are going to be more yellow. Everything's just going to look a lot nicer. And then you want to go over to gameplay HUD when you're here as well. Turn your minimap shape to square, and then put the compass type to minimap, not horizontal, not off or anything like that. It's just better there. And radar you want to turn off. I used to turn it on, but I rather see the buildings on my minimap. So there's that right there. And then in crosshair, this is probably one of the most important things. You're going to turn it on to center dot, not static, not on, not off. You're going to turn it to center dot, and then from here you're going to set the dot to the largest. This is going to make that little circle in the middle of your screen as big as possible so you can snap on enemies easier. And you're going to set it to either a yellow, in my opinion. I didn't mean to do that. So you're going to set it to either a yellow or a fuchsia. So you guys could change that right there. I'm going to say yellow is nice because, yeah, it's just the color that your brain sees right away. It's just really easy to follow and stuff. Fuchsia is really nice as well if you guys want to change that. I didn't mean to. Oh no, I just changed it to white. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, we'll fix that afterwards. Anyways, let's move on over to the audio settings. Like I said, the last settings here, I do have my voice chat set to 50 because I don't want people to be too loud. Some people got some really loud mics, but I find 25 is too low as well, and that's the default. So I put it up to 50. We got proximity chat, all these kind of things on because it's just fun to hear. And then I have my microphone level set to 100 so people don't have trouble hearing me when I'm trying to talk and stuff. And then I have it to push to talk. Now I only have it to push to talk because I don't really want people to listen to me while I'm recording. If someone joins, I don't want them to hear me talking. It's just awkward. But anyways, we're gonna go to audio here, and then your game master volume you want set to 100. You want it to be as loud as possible, but your gameplay music volume you want set to 0. Okay, I'm recording a lot, so I have it set to 50 because it just sounds better in videos and stuff. There's no like awkward silence and whatnot, but you do not want gameplay music volume to be heard too much. You want to hear everything. This is at the beginning of a game when the music is playing, or at the end of the game when the music starts playing. You still want to hear footsteps and stuff, so having this on is kind of useless. Dialogue volume you could set up to 100. This is when the in-game characters call out to each other and stuff. You could hear all that. The effects volume, this is footsteps, this is people jumping, this is gunfire, grenades exploding, all these random stuff, people throwing down packs and whatnot. You could hear this, so set it up to 100 as well. And cinematic music volume down to 0 if you don't want to hear that kind of stuff as well. So that's going to be pretty much it. I think I have it set to Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is really nice. This helps you hear footsteps the loudest, in my opinion. It's better than the headphone bass boost. I find Sucker Punch is just the best. And that's basically it. That's all of the settings that I currently have. There's not much else to change, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change my dot back to yellow. But yeah, we're gonna end the video here, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a big fat like on this video. Let me know what you guys think of season 2 so far. I changed up my settings completely, so hopefully if you guys like my settings, if you guys follow a lot of my settings, you guys could like it, do what you gotta do with it. Subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.